Part 8. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Chiang Xiao. Chapter 74. Squirtle. Squirtle clenched his fists. Mohaima followed Hong Kong's instructions and spit out the ink first no matter what. At the same time as the two elves were moving, the two strips of the agate jellyfish slapped the water noisily. It didn't matter whether it could hit anyone, but at least, it couldn't lose in terms of momentum. Salted Fish King, brother, you splashed on me. Onyx Jellyfish, what did you say? I can't see it. Gao Mao, are you sure this is going according to plan? Hong Kong's lips twitched. This scene is completely different from the plan. Why is it like a group of demons dancing wildly? Little Top Hat, tie them up. Gao Mao gave Hong Kong a reassuring look. What kind of scene has he never seen since he was a child? The Salted Fish King inexplicably felt a familiar sense of restraint coming from his body. Salted Fish King? Little Top Hat, you tied it wrong. I didn't ask you to tie Magikarp. Yang Yu. Hong Kong. Wen Ren Fang Chen. Seriously, this is a battle between elves? I don't have time to play games with you. Monster Aber, hit, go. Instructor Wang's mouth twitched and his eyes turned cold. I've got your 200 military merit points. The Arbor monster was like a hunter waiting for an opportunity. When he found an opportunity, he shook his whole body with all his strength. The whole snake body powerfully hit Squirtle in front, and struck out quickly, like a swimming dragon. Squirtle, defensive posture. Wenren Fang Chen's eyes were fixed on Squirtle. Before he gave the order, Squirtle keenly smelled the dangerous atmosphere in the battle and retracted into his shell. Mohaima. Ink is hidden. This is what Mohaima relies on when he encounters a strong enemy. The black environment created by ink can affect the strong enemy's sight for a short period of time, allowing him to hide or escape. Boom. The able monster's strong body collided with Squirtle's shell, sending the shell flying in the water to the land, rolling continuously. Squirtle, Jenny. Squirtle wiped the dust from his head and stood firm. Squirtle, keep fighting. Wenren Fang Chen continued to give instructions. Little Top Hat, tie that guy up for me. When Gao Mao saw Squirtle being knocked away, he felt a little anxious. Once one of the four of their elves loses their fighting power, they will not be able to defeat the Arbor monster. Ha 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 ha. In the sight of the agate jellyfish, a blurry purple figure flew away from the blue blur. That was Squirtle. The two belts spun again like Hot Wheels, making even bigger splashes on the water. Be careful to avoid it, Instructor Huang said calmly. The last time I was knocked down was a complete accident and I was completely unprepared, but this time, don't even think about it. When the agate jellyfish rushed up, the ABO monster turned sideways to avoid it. The agate jellyfish's attack missed directly, and it even failed to stop the car. Onyx jellyfish, help, help, help. Rush, 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 it's too much. Puff. At this moment, Mohaima, who was hiding in the nearby light black water, found an opportunity and spat a mouthful of ink on the face of the ABO monster, causing 0 points of damage. Chaba, hissed the ABO monster, squinted his eyes and looked at Mohaima not far below him with disdain, this trembling little elf. Salted Fish King, the water splashes and jumps. Pudgy, pudgy, pudgy. Abo's eyes suddenly closed, and he placed his vigilant attention on the big fat red fish, but this fish, is this trying to be cute? The plan doesn't seem to be working. Gao Mao looked at the fat Salted Fish King who was trying hard to jump on the water, but ended up jumping less than 1 meter. He felt a little bad. It seems, too fat. Even if he can jump, he doesn't seem to be able to jump high enough. The corners of Hong Kong's mouth kept twitching. Why did he feel like he had made a wrong decision? If you jump off the land like last time, plus the height difference between the land and the water, you should be able to meet the conditions to knock out the ABO monster, when Ren Fangchen's face was still calm, and his mind was running rapidly. A feasible solution was thought of under the circumstances. It's too late. The instructor won't let us have the chance to do that. More importantly, this time, the ABO monster will definitely avoid it, Hong Kong couldn't help but said. According to the original plan, Mohaima used black ink to affect the sight of the able monster, onyx jellyfish used binding to hinder the movement of the able monster, and Squirtle used a water gun to harass from a distance or retracted into its shell to attack at close range, all in order to give Salty Fish the King creates a purpose that can knock out the ABO monster. The plan is feasible, but changes too quickly. But, we still have a chance. Let the elves leave the battlefield temporarily. King Salted Fish, use the move, noise, Yang Yu gave an order. What? The three people around them were all shocked. The three of them, did you hear that correctly? When did Magikarp be able to learn noise? Mohaima, assist Carp King in the battle. Squirtle, help Magikarp fight. What are you doing? Didn't you say you were temporarily leaving the battle? Yang Yu's expression changed. This is an undifferentiated AoE move, not to mention the noise in the water. Asshole, this is not your fight alone. Don't worry, Mohaima, protect your ears, Hong Kong scolded with a smile and punched Yang Yu hard on the shoulder. It's just noise, Squirtle, shrink its shell and hit the arbor monster. Want to be a hero? Let's talk about it later, I don't want to take your military merit points in vain, Wen Ren Fangchen grinned. Noise. The students in the company seemed to have heard some fantasy. What did Yang Yu say just now? Magikarp uses the move, noise. Noise, Instructor Wang's expression suddenly changed. Abio, stop him. Regardless of why this Carp King can learn noise, you must know that this is a battle in the water, and the power of noise cannot be underestimated. Chaba. Kalu, a harsh sound echoed from the mouth of the Salted Fish King, forming a restless sound wave in the water, attacking in the direction of the ABO monster one after another. Chaba, hiss, the ABO monster rolled up his tail, with some discomfort in his eyes. The sound waves hit him layer by layer relying on the water waves, and a hateful harsh sound sounded in his ears. Roll. The monster's thick tail hit Magikarp's body, creating a huge splash of water. When King Magikarp was knocked away, the noise released by Magikarp also lost its source, and its power dissipated in an instant. The Battle of the Water team of Company 39 immediately attracted the attention of nearby companies. King Magikarp was knocked away, and there seems to be only one Squirtle left. How can this be defeated? There's no chance, there's no chance. This Magikarp is just the enemy of the instructor elf. There's no need to fight now. It would be nice if the elf evolved during military training. Evolution? Thinking too much. While there was a lot of discussion among the company, on the other side of the water, the agate jellyfish with two Hot Wheels under its feet finally rushed back to the battlefield. Onyx jellyfish, eat one of my moves. The arbor monster curled up its tail and just swung it in the direction of the agate jellyfish, and the ripples of water neutralized the agate jellyfish's attack. It's over? Such a stupid impact, is not a very useful move. Instructor Huang smiled softly and was about to start summarizing the battle. Not yet. Yang Yu's eyes saw the red figure in the river surrounding the city, and his hands were shaking due to excessive exertion. Do you still remember that palm technique that fell from the sky? You mean? Do you still remember that move in the water, the whole body is like a sword burning with flames? Salted Fish Thrust. Thanks to 161.14, Xinyu Zishui for supporting fish farming with 100 coins. Salted Fish King, go ahead. Votes, votes, votes. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Xiangxiao. Chapter 75. What kind of speed is this? Instructor Huang looked horrified. If the speed shown by Magi Carp King during training yesterday only surprised him, but now, only when you face the flaming sword-like figure in the water can you understand how powerful this move can be. Is this an impact? Gao Mao swallowed subconsciously. Don't scare me, an impact at such a speed. Gao Mao, this is our last chance. Hong Kong didn't have time to be shocked, but immediately made a decision. Xiao Mo, come on. Squirtle, stop the arbor monster. Little Top Hat, come up and tie me up. If I can't tie you up, stop playing games for a month. The agate jellyfish's head got bigger after hearing Gao Mao's words. You can stop me from eating snacks and meals, but you can't let me play games. Go ahead. Uncle, disperse. Instructor Huang already recognized the strength of this Carp King, but what he never expected was Jenny Jenny. Puff. Whirring whirring. Three little elves, Squirtle, Mo Seahorse, and Onyx Jellyfish, surrounded the arbor monster. Even if they are weak little elves that have not yet evolved, they will still fight side by side in front of their opponents. Agate Jellyfish, fight for the game. Bundle. The two straps of the agate jellyfish wrapped around the body of the able monster for the first time. The strong body of the able monster was not so easy to bind. However, for just a moment, as long as it hindered the movement of the able monster a little, even just that. A moment. Jenny Jenny. Squirtle jumped up from the water, retracted its limbs and head into its shell, and used its remaining strength to hit the able monster on the head. Hiss. The abo monster directly pushed open the non-threatening turtle shell, and suddenly felt a black water column in front of his eyes. He couldn't help but close his eyes, and at the same time, endless anger arose in his heart. Amohima, Inkjet. When the abo monster opened its eyes full of viciousness, opened its huge mouth and charged in the direction of Amohima, the fiery red burning figure finally arrived. Chaba. Crack. The salted fish king only looked in one direction and had only one thought in his mind, and that was, crash into him. Salted fish thrust. Yang Yu's eyes narrowed and he saw the moment when the salted fish king's figure hit the head of the abo monster. His hands trembled tightly. Come on, salted fish king. Charge, charge. Still a familiar recipe, still a familiar taste. The only thing left in Abo's last consciousness before he became dizzy was the fat fish that looked like a pig. Why is it you again? The abo monster screamed in pain in the water. Its strong snake waist was finally unable to support the weight of its upper body, and it flopped down toward the water surface weakly. Wow! The splashing water seemed to be the final gorgeous curtain call, swaying in the river around the city, and swaying in the hearts of the students in the company. The instructor's elf was defeated. Nice, Yang Yu waved his fist fiercely. In this hardy battle, facing the instructor's powerful abo monster, the salted fish king and his three friends completed a counterattack. We won. Gao Mao stared blankly at the agate jellyfish on the water that still didn't understand what was happening. The little guy was still trying hard to use two long belts to fight against the abo monster that had lost its fighting power. I tie again, don't you believe I can't tie you up? Squirtle, you did a great job. Wenren Fang Chen, who had been calm all the time, could not suppress his excitement of defeating the instructor elf, and his voice broke. Awesome, Hong Kong waved his hands and jumped up in joy. 403 is awesome. Instructor Huang, why is it your abo monster again? Dr. Wang brought the auspicious egg to the water team of number 39 company. He took a look at the abo monster lying on the ground, checked it, and his face was even weirder. Why is it still dizziness caused by a brain impact? Instructor Huang suddenly wanted to use a rag to block the mouth of this military Dr. Wang. Can you shut up and do what you should do as a military doctor? Training has nothing to do with you. Instructor Huang, were you defeated by a student? Dr. Wang's eyes were blazing. This is something new. If the last time was an accident, this time it was an upright elf battle, twice in a row, ha ha ha. Instructor Huang looked at Dr. Wang coldly. Hey, don't look at me with such a scary look. Okay, it happens every year, didn't I expect you to be the first one? Dr. Wang clapped his hands. Done, get ready to call it a day. The effect of Instructor Wang's glare is still continuing. Okay, the students from Hangzhou University are coming soon. When they come, many instructors' elves may not be opponents. Then I will get busy. Being able to defeat you means that the students in your company there are also good seeds, you should be happy. Dr. Wang smiled softly, despite the rigid look on the instructor's face. In fact, this was all pretending in front of the newcomers. Get out of here, Instructor Huang raised his foot angrily, ready to give Dr. Wang a joke. Yes, I'll get out of here right away, ha ha ha. Dr. Wang left the scene immediately with the auspicious egg. He only needed to give the ABO monster a simple treatment, and he would wake up immediately. Yang Yu. Wen Renfang Chen. Hong Kong. Gao Mao. The four of you, come out. Instructor Huang put away the ABO monster, and still maintained the seriousness that an instructor should have on his face. Finally come. Yang Yu felt a little excited. Strictly speaking, this was his first victory in an elf battle in this elf world. After a month of training in Ocean Park, with the help of 3 roommates around him, he won this victory. A battle? Look at the good things you have done. All I can say is. Instructor Wang's voice was still so serious, but soon, the expression on his face became unbearable, and he wanted to lower his head to cover up the corners of his mouth, and finally I could only reach out and touch my nose. Well done. Ha 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 ha. Instructor Huang ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. The company suddenly burst into laughter. At that time, the students in the company were a little panicked and even a little nervous. Did they do something wrong again? Why is the instructor's voice so loud? But who knows? Look at the good things you've done, nicely done. Instructor, you are too bad. Gao Mao felt bad all over. He didn't dare to breathe at first. His little heart was beating so fast that he almost had a heart attack. Ha 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 ha. Hong Kong saw that the instructor's face was no longer serious. The image of the rigid instructor quickly collapsed, and he even began to think, Instructor Huang was a bit cute. Congratulations, Instructor Huang showed a cheerful smile for the first time in the company. This is his company, these are his soldiers. Thank you to Gu Mo Chiu Shang for supporting fish farming with 200 coins and San Deo Julu with 100 coins. Thank you all trainers for your recommendation votes. Salted Fish King, vote. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Xiangxiao. Chapter 76. These bastard little bastards, damn them, do you really think they can get any further? Instructor Huang took off his hat and threw it on the bed, gritting his teeth and placing his hands on the table in the dormitory. Hey, Instructor Xiao Huang, are you so angry? Come on, I heard that you were defeated by the 4 little guys in your company. Can you tell me? Which elves were used, and how were they defeated? You're not angry because of the title of being the first instructor to be defeated in the entire company, right? The surrounding instructors gathered around and joked. No, it's not like you don't know. This is a way to select good seedlings. Although I'm a little disappointed to be defeated by a team, I'm not that angry. The question is here. Do you think what they said when they just gathered? What did you say? Instructor Huang stiffened his neck and his whole face turned red. Among these little bastards, there is one named Yang Yu. He talks such nonsense. Instructor, I will fight you again tomorrow. We are all so familiar, you might as well not have to fight, just give us 500 points. Ft. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. These are all talents who came out of nowhere. For a moment, the entire instructor's dormitory building burst into laughter. If the tiger doesn't show off its power, it really thinks I'm a sick cat. 4 people form a team to PK, giving them a hand in the field. If we have an elf battle on land, I'm afraid I'll beat them to tears. Instructor Huang laughed angrily as he spoke and shook his head. These little bastards have a wonderful idea. This, and this, put them all on me, I want them all. You can actually get a 10% discount after defeating the instructor. It's so cool. It's too much trouble to hold it, just bring me a car. If there could be some BGM at this time, it would be all-powerful. I can break into the crowd and look up to me at will. All-powerful. I never have to look back. Yang Yu, Hong Kong, and Wenren Fangchen hid silently against the wall. If given the chance, they promised that they would never want to meet this person. Gao Mao went there empty-handed, and when he came back, he just pushed a dining cart. His posture on the way, oh, that butt was twitching, damn, could he be a human being? There was only the dull sound of chewing in the cafeteria. The freshmen who were watching silently as Gao Mao pushed a cart past them accidentally dropped the meat buns they were holding on the table. Damn, there is still such an operation. Me and my little friends are shocked. What's going on? I don't know. I heard that the students in the company teamed up to defeat the instructor's elf this morning. Could it be him? Did you hear that he just said that after defeating the instructor, you can get a 10% discount on the exchange of military merit points here? It can't really be him, can it? Just look like this. The boys' eyes were really envious, and the girls' eyes even began to think that this fat guy was a little cute. Gao Mao sat down next to Wenren Fangchen, pulled the dining cart over and said loudly, "Brother, whatever you want to eat, I'll treat you to it." Wenren Fangchen felt as if infrared laser light had been applied to his body for a moment. With just one command, he could be blown away. Yang Yu and Hong Kong lowered their heads subconsciously. Don't call us, don't call us. Ah, I can actually defeat the instructor's elf one day, I never dare to dream. Today's breakfast is my treat. Yang Yu, here are your xiao long baizai, Hong Kong, here are your poached eggs. Gao Mao enthusiastically took the food he had exchanged for military points from the dining car bit by bit. That's great, I actually got a 10% discount, hee hee. Done. Yang Yu, isn't this the only one who got 1000 military merit points on the first day he came here? There is another Hong Kong, I am Xiao Fang, I went to the same high school as you. What's wrong with the same high school? I'm in the same class as Hong Kong. Suddenly the atmosphere in the canteen became extremely lively. What's going on? The cafeteria is so noisy. It wasn't caused by the little guy who defeated Huang Ran in the morning. The fat man actually pushed a dining cart away. I really don't know where this talent came from. Pushing a food cart? What a talent! What do you mean, sir, do you need to go over and maintain order? Since some students teamed up to defeat the instructors, it doesn't matter if they let them struggle. The students from Hangzhou University are coming soon. I guess it will be more lively later. It's a pity that the military achievements of those students from Hangzhou University points, we may not be able to take it from them so easily. After all, this is Hangzhou University, one of the best elf universities in the country. I'm quite curious about the freshman named Yang Yu. I heard Wang Dazhuai say that this time Huang Ran's ABO monster was hit directly in the brain again. The defeat was an accident last time, but this time, it can't be an accident, right? Don't forget that there are 3 other students who can join forces to defeat the instructor. It's not easy for any of them. Don't just look at whose elf got the last blow. Yes, Sir, it's true. I think it was the same when I was in the recruit camp. 4 people and 1 elf less can't do it. Otherwise, if I had gone to an ordinary company, I wouldn't have joined this elite snake company. Okay, the team leader has received news. Students from Hangzhou University will be arriving soon. Go and get ready. Yes, sir. Ah, don't you want to eat more? I'm so full. Gao Mao patted his belly with satisfaction, closed his eyes comfortably and burped. If there was a backrest behind the stool here, a better place. Meet at the playground in 10 minutes. Instructor Yan's voice sounded in the canteen area of Company 39, and at the same time, the instructors of other companies in the canteen also gave notices to gather. What? In 10 minutes, Gao Mao's miserable voice was particularly loud in the cafeteria. No, shouldn't there be more than half an hour of rest time after breakfast? Why is it only 10 minutes? Gao Mao felt as if he had died instantly, his eyes looking hollowly at the almost empty plates and bowls on the table, and he began to doubt his life. If I had known earlier, he wouldn't have eaten so much. I don't know how many places in the cafeteria snickered. If the instructor hadn't gone far, it is estimated that this place would have turned into a pig farm in an instant. Do you want to know more about the pig's roar? Yang Yu opened his mouth. He was short-tongued and soft-handed. If he smiled in front of Gao Mao, wouldn't it be a bit? Gao Mao really wanted to hug his chubby self in distress. At this moment, he was completely weak and helpless, but he was still able to eat. Alas, the end of the hero. Gao Mao, feeling distressed and begging for votes. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Chiang Xiao. Chapter 77. Gao Mao, you must hold on. Come on, you can definitely do it. We're going to the playground soon, come on. Yang Yu and the others originally agreed to take Gao Mao to the playground seriously at first, but, within 3 seconds, the expressions on their faces became unbearable and turned into ha 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 ha. Please calculate the size of Gao Mao's psychological shadow. Along the way, because Gao Mao's actions in the cafeteria were so amazing, many freshmen recognized Yang Yu and the 4 of them. The one who defeated the instructor was this extremely eye-catching fat guy, it should be the 4 of them. Bar. Wait a moment and let the company pass first. On the main road, a group of companies lined up slowly walked by. The excited and curious look on his face was almost exactly the same as when Yang Yu and others came here for military training on the first day. People from Hangzhou. Hong Kong lowered his voice, put away the smile on his face, and slowly began to clench his hands. It's them. Wenren Fangchen narrowed his eyes slightly, and his peaceful gaze became serious little by little as the company passed by. I saw a few people I knew, all of them the leaders of their respective companies. Yang Yu glanced at Wenren Fangchen in surprise. At this time, Wenren Fangchen's whole body was very restrained, and his calm eyes were so deep that it was difficult for people to see through. Ah, the leader of the Hangzhou University Company. Do you have any special skills? Gao Mao covered his stomach, looking a little confused. The leader of their University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, wasn't exchanged for a pack of Kirby instant noodles. Of Fire Dinosaur, Ivysaur, Kami Turtle, an elf that has evolved once. Wenren Fangchen took a deep breath. Suddenly, Gu Bo's calm expression changed slightly and he turned slightly. He leaned forward and pulled down the brim of his hat. It has evolved. Yang Yu's eyes fell on the team leaders in front of their respective companies at Hangzhou University, and he was equally shocked in his heart. Looks like it's not going to be easy. This joint military training, if we don't have some combat effectiveness, we might be crushed. Hong Kong swallowed his saliva, thinking of what Fang Chen said after hearing the names of the 3 elves. Couldn't help but said again, Lao Wen, you're Squirtle. If I had evolved into Kami Turtle before July, I would have gone to Hangzhou University. Unfortunately, I didn't. However, it would be nice to meet the three of you without evolving. Wenren Fangchen shook his head. Let's not talk about this anymore, it's meaningless. Yeah, it's not interesting. Is it okay to go to Hangzhou? Gao Mao comforted him from the side. Yang Yu touched his nose. Our high school teacher said that every new student in Hangzhou seems to be able to get at least one resource of ordinary energy cubes. If you are ranked high, there will also be freshman scholarships, excellent quality energy cubes, a blue rare move learning machine and even a purple epic move learning machine. Stop, 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 didn't you say you won't say anything anymore? Wenren Fangchen, why are you still saying it? Gao Mao felt that his face was red as a cooked crab. This is Hangzhou University, this is the gap. Hong Kong sighed, even though he kept saying in his heart that as long as he worked hard in university, it would be the same in any university, but the reality is such cruelty, resources, too much difference. Why are you so dejected? At least we just defeated the instructor. At least now, we are at the leading level among our peers. Isn't the gap normal? Yang Yu licked the corner of his mouth and looked at these freshmen from Hangzhou. They all look like big fat sheep. Haha, yes, I'm starting to look forward to the role of military merit points. I feel that this thing will definitely not be that simple during military training. It can be exchanged for many good things, right? Hong Kong geared up. Ah, Gao Mao screamed. What happened? I gained almost 200 military merit points today. Hearing what you said, I'm starting to feel a little heartbroken. Gao Mao covered his chest, feeling a little heartache. It will be enough to earn a little more by then. If it's not enough, I'll sponsor it, Hong Kong said boldly. You have to spend the military merit points you earn, but I am still not reconciled to the 50 military merit points deducted that day. It's a pity that I forgot to ask the instructor's name that day, otherwise I would have wanted to challenge him with you. Yang Yu gritted his teeth. If he wanted to say he was heartbroken, who could be more heartbroken than him? Gao Mao's military merit points were all gone into his stomach, and Yang Yu's military merit points were like being thrown into the lake without even making a sound. No way, Yang Yu, do you still remember this? Gao Mao swallowed his saliva, his little heart beating faster. Hong Kong and Wenren Fangchen looked at each other. In society, people who can't be offended cannot be offended. Ache. On the playground, Instructor Chi rubbed his nose and watched more and more Hangzhou freshmen gathering here. The discomfort caused by sneezing was quickly hidden. Old Chi, are you being remembered? The officer surnamed Li, who was wearing a 3-star epaulet on the side, grinned. It's possible, I don't know which little brat it is. Instructor Chi shrugged and glanced at the time on the watch. Hangzhou is very fast. The leaders of their school attach great importance to military training. If they don't do it well, the military training credits of those students will be in danger. Chief Li smiled softly. The leader is here, get ready. Instructor Chi coughed lightly, and the instructor's team also slowly stopped talking. Starting today, this military training will be interesting. The military training competition between the two universities is about to begin again. Last year it was Industrial and Commercial University and Hangzhou, and this year it is University of Electronic Science and Technology of China and Hangzhou. However, what is certain is that Hangzhou Jiang students will definitely win. This is the foundation. Students from Hangzhou University. This time, Yang Yu could look closely at these students of the same age who had a higher starting point than him. In the original high school, there were also a group of top students admitted to Hangzhou, but Yang Yu was not very familiar with them. That's all. From the posture of standing on the playground, Yang Yu could clearly feel the arrogance coming from the students of the top Elf Academy. Just look at the team leaders, and even directly summoned his own elves, fire dinosaurs, and small fires. Horses, Ivysaur, Kami turtles, giant rock snakes, and even, Many dragons. You are so rich, the first elf chose a mini dragon. Rich lady, do you need any pendants? Rich lady. What a boss. So many elves have already evolved once, and there are also, elves like Larulas and mini dragon that are exclusive to rich women. Gao Mao looked envious in his eyes. Exclusively for rich women, Yang Yu blinked. Larulas, Tijapai, mini dragon, green cotton bird, these elves are all elves that only rich families can afford. Look at those girls, what are they if they are not rich women? Gao Mao's eyes widened. Straight. Larulas. Yang Yu murmured softly. Thanks to book friends Juxi for supporting the fish farming fund with 100 coins. Please vote. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, AI Ren Huo Xiangxiao. Chapter 78. Is this the strength of Hangzhou University's freshmen? Yang Yu sighed softly, feeling a little pressure in his heart. Listen to the voices of the girls here, they sound like nymphos. Hong Kong felt sad. The protagonists here should have been the four of them. He and Mo Haima could have harvested many fans. Surprisingly, it's a pity, compared with the few elves that have completed one evolution, they feel a little ashamed. At least, at the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, Yang Yu had seen only a handful of elves that had evolved once, but at Hangzhou University, there were more than a dozen in front of him. Quiet. The leader's voice echoed throughout the playground. Welcome all the freshmen from Hangzhou University to our military camp for 30 days of military training. Judging from the expressions on everyone's faces, you should all be ready. This is great. Today, here, freshmen from the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, you should feel a more enthusiastic military training atmosphere than the previous 2 days. Yes, the joint military training is about to begin. This joint military training, what kind of training method is it? In order to provide better training for the better students among you, we have officially invited you to the commander of the Snake Battalion, Commander Zhou. Everyone is welcome. Thunderous applause broke out. A young officer wearing black gloves and black sunglasses slowly walked out, immediately attracting a lot of attention. Snake Camp. My God, this is an elite force. The Snake Battalion is the ace unit here. Are they actually going to participate in this military training? Yang Yu's heart stirred, and he had a hunch that this might have a lot to do with defeating his instructor. It's finally here. This selection, the military training at the Snake Camp. This is the military training I want. Mini Dragon, are you ready? Among the Hangzhou University companies, the leaders standing at the front exchanged glances with each other. Murong Wentao, Wang Qian, see you at Lish Camp. We have heard about the Sea of Clouds, and we will see you at the Li Snake Camp. I am very happy to meet you all who have come for military training in the hot summer. Let's make a long story short. In this joint military training, the outstanding students selected will be our instructors from the Lishan Battalion. How do you stand out from your company? First, please use the elf to defeat your own instructor. What? Or defeat the instructor? Isn't this, teasing me? Abio Monster is such a powerful elf. My elf doesn't even know any other moves, it can only hit, how can it beat the instructor? Someone has already been defeated. Sure enough, Yang Yu's heart skipped a beat. It seemed that his guess was correct. Then, there was one more thing. Military merit points, Hong Kong and Wen Renfang Chen blurted out almost at the same time. I'm going to the Snake Camp, I'm actually going to the Snake Camp? Dad, Mom, I'm actually going to the Snake Camp. Gao Mao burst into tears and was so excited. Yang Yu held his forehead. Why did he feel that going to Lishan Camp felt a little inappropriate? This is the first threshold. This is just a requirement for entry. As for the second threshold, Wait until you defeat your own company's instructor. By the way, I heard that some students at the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China have already defeated their own instructor. Very good, very good. I hope more students can do it, then I will be waiting for you at the snake camp. Someone at the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China has already done it. Wang, who do you think it could be? Maybe they are those who were eliminated. However, those who were eliminated must have been top-notch if they went to other places. The tall woman standing in front of the company smiled coldly. It's a pity. We are coming. Form a team. It's still almost impossible to challenge the instructor's elf alone. Unfortunately, if only there were a few more months of military training, my Ivysaur seems to be restrained to death. Murong Wentao took a look. The instructor of the company said, "Hey, I really hate the fire elf. No, 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 Wang, I don't hate you at all." The fire dinosaur next to Wang Qian glared fiercely in the direction of Murong Wentao. If the master hadn't said so, he couldn't do anything here, or else I'd burn you to death. Ivysaur quickly hugged Murong Wentao's thigh and hid behind it with some fear, which made Murong Wentao very helpless. "How can you hide behind me?" Wenren Yunhai shrugged incredulously. If he could, his pride would never allow him to form a team with others. But Murong Wentao was right. Now he wanted to let his Kami turtle challenge the instructor alone. The elf is still far behind in terms of level. Even if the elf of the instructor of his company is a Kadi dog that is restrained by the water element, it will still not be the instructor's opponent. At the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, it seems to be you, Wenren Fangchen? Hey, I really hope to see you at the snake camp, but your Squirtle is afraid that he will be frightened when he sees the instructor's elf. Did you run away? Wenren Yunhai shook his head, put away the ridicule on his face, and turned to a smile like a spring breeze. "Hello, are you lucky enough to be able to form a team with you?" The female team leader beside her nodded nervously. Even though she had an elf like Lolulus who was known as the exclusive daughter of rich women, her classmate had the powerful Kami turtle. Strong people are always admired. "Gao Mao, please stop crying. Just relax. You already have a chance to participate in the selection for the snake camp." Yang Yu and the others felt that their heads had grown a whole circle. This Gao Mao, why does he look like a giant baby? I'm just so excited, woohoo, so excited. Gao Mao never thought that he would have the opportunity to participate in such a selection. On the night of the ideological education guidance at the Lisake camp, the instructor introduced it clearly. This is truly an elite unit. I, Gao Mao, am an elite. I have never been affirmed by others before. I didn't expect that it would be the military camp that affirmed me. I'm so excited. Gao Mao, hush, there are so many people watching. If you want to enter the snake camp, this is just the first test. There will be more to come. It won't be too late to cry after you pass all the selections, Yang Yu comforted. In an instant, the tears on Gao Mao's face disappeared. The little eyes are so aggrieved, it makes people feel distressed just to look at them. Really? Gao Mao blinked. Really? Yang Yu felt an unknown premonition inexplicably. Did he say the wrong thing? Hong Kong and Wenren Fangchen felt a cold feeling on their backs almost at the same time, and they felt it too. Seeing Gao Mao not crying, Yang Yu and the others looked at each other. Their moods did not improve at all, and they even started to feel like crying. Damn, Gao Mao, if that day comes, please don't cry, okay? Please vote, please vote, please vote. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Chiang Xiao. Chapter 79. Yang Yu, Hong Kong, Wenren Fang Chen, Gao Mao, the four of you, come out and follow me, and bring your little elves with you. While the team was still training, the four of them, Yang Yu, were individually asked to leave the team. Instructor Huang, are those four of them? Sir, yes, it's the four of them. Okay, thank you, Instructor Huang. The four of them will follow me first. You can return to the team first. Yes. After saluting, Instructor Huang walked up to Yang Yu and the others. A rare smile that had not been seen for a long time appeared on his face. He patted the four of them on the shoulders in turn and said sincerely, "Come on, perform well." Yang Yu was moved again. The time I spent with Instructor Huang was not very long. To be fair, it was not even 3 days, but at this time, I felt an unspeakable emotion in my heart, or in other words, a sense of belonging. He is a member of the water team of number 39 company and a soldier under Instructor Huang. Even after only 3 short days, Instructor Huang's words and deeds have deeply affected Yang Yu and the others. Welcome the 4 first selections to come to the Sharp Snake Camp. You can call me Rainbow Snake, or you can call me Instructor Chien. Later, maybe you can see a few important elven battles, and they may become your heroes. Your opponent during the selection, this is the benefit of defeating the instructor in advance. Rainbow Snake glanced at the time and grinned. I heard that one of the 4 of you is called Wenren Fang Chen, and the elf is Squirtle. It's a bit of a coincidence that there was also a new student named Wenren in the first battle, named Wenren Yunhai, but his elf was a Kami turtle. Wenren Fang Chen couldn't help but clench his hands tightly. Wenren Yunhai, Kami turtle. Yang Yu was secretly surprised. If in the games or animations of his previous life, there was a famous name, Yu Sanjia. There is also a new student named Murong Wentao, elf, Ivysaur, and a girl named Wang Qian, elf, fire dinosaur. It seems that this new class of freshmen is a bit unusual. By the way, there is also a girl with a girl with the surname Xia from the mini dragon. Instructor Rainbow Snake said calmly, her eyes calm, without any disturbance. What happened to the girl named Xia with the mini dragon? Gao Mao asked innocently. Gao Mao, are you stupid? Mini dragon, whose surname is Xia. Hong Kong lowered his voice and said nervously. Oh. Gao Mao felt like he was speechless, and his whole body was, purple. Dragon messenger. Yang Yu couldn't help but be speechless. Hangzhou University is indeed Hangzhou University. There are indeed hidden dragons and crouching tigers among the freshmen. I'm not surprised at all that they can beat the instructors. That's exactly what happened. What I'm surprised about is you. Rainbow Snake narrowed her eyes slightly. The obese patient carp king, the myopic agate jellyfish, can only spit ink. Haima, his qualifications are comparable to Squirtle. Salted fish king, which of your eyes can see that I am fat? This is called strong. Do you understand being strong? Agate jellyfish, I am clearly not nearsighted. Look at how clearly I can see when I wear glasses. Is this called myopia? Haima, in addition to spitting out ink, I can also spit out water. Squirtle, the qualifications are acceptable, thank you for the compliment. Onyx jellyfish, Squirtle, how could you tell that this was a compliment? Squirtle touched his clever blue head. Fair enough, isn't that a compliment? Perhaps you should give me some time to get to know you, but now is not the time, the first battle is about to begin. Instructor Rainbow Snake smiled softly. Wenren Fang Chen. Wenren Yunhai. Wenren Yunhai recognized Wenren Fang Chen, who was next to the instructor, in an instant, and the smile on his face became even more radiant. Sure enough, it's you. This is interesting, you guy, even here, your ghost is still there. Ah. Wenren Fang Chen only looked at the sky coldly. After I defeat the instructor, let's catch up on old times. Kami Turtle, come out to meet old friends. Kami. The elf ball rotated in the air, and an elf spinning in the air and spraying water like a goddess scattering flowers drilled out its limbs and head. Two small tiger teeth were exposed on the outside, with sharp eyes and tight eyes, staring closely in the direction of Wenren Fangchen. Larulas. Laru. There was an ethereal sound in the venue, and the elf with purple radiance slowly fell from the elf ball. The white and flawless skirt was spotless, like a noble little princess descending into the world. Yang Yu's expression changed slightly. This Larula's and Xiao were completely different from the one he saw at the trusteeship. The skirt of the Larula's in front of you contains the superpower purple yun, which represents superpower. Although the flawless white skirt is not long, it can be seen from this Larula's. From the mold, we can see the peerless splendor of Gardevoir when it comes in the future. Larula's. Yang Yu gritted his teeth, and the softness in his heart was touched again. Cardi dog, let's go. There are only two elves, Kami Turtle and Larula's, facing off against the instructor's catty dog. Water wave. Kami. Psychic power. Laru. Katy dog, lightning, bite. As expected, it's Wenren Fangchen. I said, if there is anyone who can defeat the instructor at the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, there must be this guy. Murong Wentao touched the small bud on the back of Ivysaur and nodded slightly. Froggrass stretched comfortably. So what? No evolution means no evolution. No matter how hard he tries, he can't keep up with us. There was a little more color in Wang Qian's pupils, but soon, this color also disappeared. Nothing left. After all, it's still Wenren's. It's okay to be a little brother. Hey, he could have made Squirtle evolve. I really don't know what he was thinking. Murong Wentao sighed. If Squirtle had been there before that day, Nigi has evolved, will you still think about him? Wang Qian's pupils shrank and her eyes turned cold. Shut up. Okay, I'll shut up. In fact, you and I both know that you. Murong Wentao, if you talk nonsense again, I will let the fire dinosaur burn your Ivysaur. Woman, spare your life. Ivysaur fell to the ground and shivered. Following such a mean-mouthed master, I always feel like I'm walking a tightrope every day. I'm going to get roasted if I'm not careful. I'm so scared. Kami Turtle, Larula's, wins. At this time, the battle has already been decided. Under the control of Larula's telekinesis, Kami Turtle, who has water abilities, used moves to great effect when facing Kati Dog, who was stronger than him. Wenren Yunhai won, who is the next group. Instructor Rainbow Snake glanced at the list. Lin Qian, Qiu Jiajia, 2 girls. Wenren Fangchen, Wenren Yunhai was walking towards the direction of Yang Yu and the others, and the smile on his face became more and more hypocritical. Just at this time. Come out, Jigglypuff. Come out, Batahua. Abio, come on. Bop. What is unexpected is that when the Jigglypuff was summoned, it actually ran in the opposite direction to the arbor monster, and it raised its little hands with excitement on its face, holding a microphone in its hand. Bopolo, Bobolo. Yang Yu saw this inexplicably familiar pink fat man. This is not. Oh, no good. Wenren Yunhai felt that his smile froze and he could no longer raise his eyelids. He suddenly knelt down directly in the direction of Wenren Fangchen. Wenren Fangchen. Conflict. Instructor Rainbow Snake's face changed drastically. You, Jigglypuff, you, don't come over here. This is not some pink cutie, but a terrifying sleep bomb. Oh, crap. Yang Yu felt that his whole body was about to get worse. This familiar feeling of fatigue and lethargy came like a tide. Where can I find black markers? Wait online. It's urgent. Yang Yu, where are the tickets? Wait online. It's very urgent. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Xiangxiao. Chapter 80. Oh my god, Qian, this doesn't seem to be our plan. Chujiajia looked in the direction of Jigglypuff tremblingly. Could this cause a big problem? Their battle plan is very simple. Jigglypuff uses the move Sing, and Bad Butterfly uses the move Sleeping Powder to make the instructor's ABO monster lose its combat effectiveness. However, there seems to be something wrong with this simple plan. Murong Wentao swallowed hard. This girl is a cruel person. How could there be a Jigglypuff? Wang Qian also felt a headache. She knew that there were several elves who were not weaker than her opponents, and she had kept those opponents in mind, but how could there be a Jigglypuff? Wang Qian's little elf fire dinosaur was raised by her, and his temper was very similar to hers. He had a bad temper, and it was absolutely worth it to fight head-on. But sometimes he was afraid of some little elves like Jigglypuff, who would come to him without saying a word. A singing. The result is just like Wenren Yunhai's current demeanor. Orts, zzz. It's really a headache. This. Lin Qian covered her eyes with her hands. The scene was so beautiful that she didn't dare to look at it. Her fair face seemed to be stained with red clouds, and was about to bleed. Instructor Qian, Instructor Qian, Instructor Qian, wake up. When the instructor who was in the middle of the battle saw Jigglypuff singing and running towards the official direction of the Snake Camp Money instructor, he felt his scalp numb. The final outcome of the incident also confirmed his bad feeling. Jigglypuff is so angry. This guy, here, the guy he stepped on, flew over and didn't catch him. He's so angry. Bang 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 bang. A series of slaps. Yang Yu felt as if something soft was brushing against his face. When he opened his eyes and saw Jigglypuff, even though he felt that the posture lying on the floor was a bit inappropriate, he was still extremely happy. Jiggy Ding, why is it you? Yang Yu directly lifted Jigglypuff up to his head. He really didn't expect that since he left the Elf Trust to work in Ocean Park last time, he would actually meet Jigglypuff here, and in a forehead. Yang Yu glanced around. Holy shit, why are there so many people lying here? Bow, Jigglypuff puffed his mouth and waved his small fist in the air, but unfortunately he couldn't hit anything with his short hands. We have to wake them up. Yang Yu felt dizzy when he saw the rainbow snake instructor lying on the ground and even snoring. Buffatti took out a black marker pen from nowhere and handed it to Yang Yu with a smile. Yang Yu. Give me the marker at this time, Jigglypuff, what do you want to do? Fatty twisted his body, broke away from Yang Yu's hand, hummed a little tune and jumped to the ground. When he saw the adult who was being woken up, his eyes squinted and his mouth curled up, but I hadn't covered him yet. Chapter passed, how could I wake up? Hey, Jigglypuff, do you want to do it? Swish, swish, swish. What? The battle instructor's mouth opened wide, his jaw almost dropped, and he looked at the abstract painting on the face of Instructor Qian from the Lish camp with a confused look on his face. Why do you feel like laughing? Qian, who is that boy? Why didn't Jigglypuff resist at all when he picked him up, as if he knew him? Qian. Chujiajia's face was full of surprise, even a little gossip. Jubby, Jiggly, don't draw, Lin Qian's voice screamed. It's too late. Yang Yu looked at Fatty's little steps, swishing, 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 swiping, 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 swiping at a person's face, even the one lying on the ground. Zzz when Ren will not let go of anything. Bow, Fatty exhaled softly, put away his kung fu like a martial artist, clapped his hands, curled his mouth, and done it? Huh. There seems to be something missing. Jigglypuff blinked and took out the marker again. Yang Yu. Boom, Fatty drew a picture in the air and pointed the tip of his pen at Yang Yu's face. Are you asking me to Take a pen and draw by myself? Yang Yu took the pen and sat on the ground and said swish, swish, swish 3 times, 5 divided by 2, and solved the problem. Jigglypuff smiled even happier. Fat. Lin Qian ran over and saw Yang Yu drawing on his face with Fatty's pen. She blinked and felt a little embarrassed. As the owner of Jigglypuff, he failed to take good care of Jigglypuff, which resulted in this indescribable scene. This. Ba ba, Jigglypuff turned his head and saw his master. He quickly jumped up from Yang Yu's lap happily. He pulled Lin Qian's trouser leg with one hand and pointed at Yang Yu with one hand. He kept jumping up and down, saying, boom, 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 boom. Huh, Lin Qian looked at Yang Yu with paintings on his face in confusion. She seemed to have never known this person, not to mention that there were strange paintings on his face. The painting is really ugly. Yang Yu had an idea. He had a little impression. If it weren't for Jigglypuff, he might not have recognized Lin Qian under the camouflage military uniform. Well, I used to take care of Jigglypuff at the Elf Care Center, the Elf Care Center on Wenjiao Road. Yang Yu explained. Lin Qian still looked confused and had no impression at all. She just nodded politely and stiffly, oh, so it's you. So awkward. Classmate, before things get too big, please let Jigglypuff wake up the others and this Kami turtle. Just treat it as a small accident. The battle instructor felt that this was an unforeseen disaster. Forget it, but the problem is that this fat guy somehow got out of the battle and attacked the instructors of the snake camp. This is really... The dog beeped. Yes, Jigglypuff, wake up the others. Even a waking slap will do, remember to hit it gently. Lin Qian held her forehead, and she was embarrassed to say the next part. The human voice buzzed, like a shrunken mimosa. Bola. Leave it to me. Fatty happily picked up the phone and handed it to Yang Yu. Lin Qian? Yang Yu. Damn it, come on, Jigglypuff, we have something to talk about, can you please stop letting me sing? This is a public execution, you know, it requires SKR people. Yang Yu was shocked. Who knew that after Jigglypuff finished singing, he would be responsible for waking up these people, Gao Mao, Hong Kun, Wenren Fang Chen, and the Rainbow Snake instructor? Will you use a 40-meter long knife to chop him? Are you going to kill me if you are a brother? Come out, Salted Fish King. A huge red salted fish jumped on the land with a confused look on its face. Why did you summon me, in a place like this? Lin Qian was almost frightened when she looked at this huge carp that was half her body long. Noise. Bow bow, bow below. Fatty pouted, grabbed the microphone, and sang to the Salted Fish King. Salted Fish King, gillo gillo gillo. Jigglypuff easily drew 2 huge dark circles next to Salted Fish King's 2 big eyes. Yang Yu. Lin Qian. Battle instructor. Bow. The angry look on Fatty's face disappeared in a moment, and he immediately put on a smile and continued to hand the microphone to Yang Yu. Jigglypuff, are you the devil? Your face changing speed, who taught you that? Yang Yu subconsciously hid away from Lin Qian. This classmate, if Jigglypuff asks you to sing, just sing. Wake them up first. The battle instructor looked anxious. Instructor, let's make an agreement. If I sing, you can't hit me, let alone deduct my military merit points. Yang Yu looked upright, like the hope of the whole village. If I don't go to hell, who will? Why should I hit you? Why should I deduct military merit points from you? The combat instructor was confused. I have always made clear the distinction between rewards and punishments. Big, big, small, small, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, where is the noise coming from? Pokemon's character master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Xiangxiao. Chapter 81. Gao Mao felt that he had had a strange dream. Would you say this dream was a sweet dream? Or, would you say it was a nightmare? Oh my god. This was originally a global tour concert for the big star Jigglypuff. Gao Mao finally managed to grab a ticket and squeezed into his seat with great expectations. He had already picked up the cheering stick Su Weijia Weijia Wei. How did you get on stage? Yang Yu, damn, why is it you? Gao Mao was shocked, and the movements of his hands became stiff. Maybe Yang Yu's singing is pretty good? The first second Gao Mao heard Yang Yu's voice, he wanted to cut off the thought that had just arisen in him. Oh my god, where is the noise coming from? Gao Mao suddenly sat up from the ground, gasping for breath. This is terrible, this is terrible. He looked at Yang Yu with an aggrieved expression on his face. Yang Yu, please don't sing already. What happened? Why did I hear the terrifying sound? Hong Kong blinked blankly, and when he saw the flower on Wenren Fangchen's face, he suddenly laughed like a pig. Ha ha ha, Wenren Fangchen, what's going on with you? You're still laughing at me, look at yourself. Wenren Fangchen shook his head to wake himself up a little, saw the pink fat guy, and then saw Yang Yu holding the microphone. Yang Yu, what are you doing? Put down the phone. The battle instructor couldn't stand it any longer, and his eyes were all red. What evil had he done? How dare he believe Yang Yu? Instructor, you asked me to wake them up. I've woken them up now, and there is one more. Yang Yu looked innocent, seeing this Wenren Hai, this guy has something, this is people who really understand music and good sounds. Look at these people, Gao Mao and Hong Kong, they don't know how to appreciate at all. And instructors, this is not burning bridges across rivers. Stop, 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 Yang Yu, if you sing again, I will deduct military merit points from you for making malicious noise. The battle instructor looked serious. Instructor, you did a great job, Gao Mao shouted loudly, and suddenly felt the gaze of a death chanter, and quickly turned his head. Hong Kong, I heard that Fang Chen. Then what should we do about this person? Yang Yu pointed at Wenren Shi in the ort's posture and said. A pink figure flashed between the electric lights and flints and came to Wenren Yunhai's side, his eyes narrowed slightly. Fatty, be gentle, Lin Qian couldn't help but say. Bang 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 bang. Well done, well done. Wenren Fang Chen, what did you just say? Gao Mao asked subconsciously. I said, have you all been painted on your faces by Jigglypuff? Wenren Yunhai finally opened his eyes. When he opened his eyes, he saw a fat man holding a fist to greet his face. His expression changed quickly and he shouted, Kami Turtle. But nothing happened. Kami. Kami Turtle, Kami Turtle. Wenren Yunhai only saw a Kami-eye turtle lying next to him with a turtle painted on his forehead, looking at him sleepily. Okay, this farce ends here. Oh my god, how can there be a time bomb elf like Jigglypuff? The song is pretty good, but the venue has to be divided. Rainbow Snake instructor rubbed his hands. Rubbing his eyes, he stretched, then pointed a finger in the direction of Yang Yu, scratched his ears with a headache and said, don't sing next time, just use it to yell. I think you are still very talented in the singing competition of Yang Yu. Lin Qian, take care of yourself, Jigglypuff, and you won't do it again. Instructor Rainbow Snake wrote something unknown in his notebook and raised the corner of his mouth slightly. The battle continues. What's wrong? I said, let's continue the battle. Rainbow Snake looked at the instructor in front of him doubtfully. A kind of lofty admiration arose in the battle instructor's heart. Look, look, he is indeed an instructor from the elite company in the military camp. He is calm in the face of danger. Even if his face is suffering a poisonous hand, he is still a general. Putting the battle first and himself second, his selflessness and ideological awareness are indeed beyond the comparison of an ordinary company instructor like him. It's really weird, Are there flowers on my face? Instructor Rainbow Snake subconsciously touched his face. Suddenly, his face froze, and something felt wrong in some places. Look around again. The victims with black marker marks on their faces. Fat ding. Instructor Rainbow Snake felt like his anger was rising to the sky. I need to calm down, I need to calm down, I can't calm down anymore. Wenren Yunhai was embarrassed. Originally this was a scene of disdain, disregard, and indifference when a genius trainer faced an idiot trainer, but now he was suddenly brought down by a fat guy, and it turned into a funny trainer facing a funny one. It's a scene where the trainers are competing to see who has the funnier expression on their face. He couldn't have an attack yet, which made him even more angry. It's simply a disaster. Wenren Yunhai, ha 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 ha. And Wenren Fang Chen, you two are really. Wang Qian and Murong Wentao joined the team at the same time. Yang Yu found that Wenren Fang Chen's behavior became very unnatural, especially after the girl turned around coldly, as if she didn't want to see an insignificant ant. Wenren Fang Chen's whole body was trembling. Lao Wen, Hong Kong pressed Wenren Fang Chen's shoulders. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Gao Mao persuaded him again and again. Lin Qian and Xiu Jiajia gave way to the two who came after them. The two of them seemed to form their own little world. They continued to talk and glanced in Yang Yu's direction from time to time. It's okay, I calmed down. Wenren Fang Chen took a deep breath, exhaled it slowly, and nodded in the direction of Yang Yu, Hong Kong, and Gao Mao. His gaze was deeper than before. Let's get to know each other, Murong Wentao. Also, your singing is a bit touching. Murong Wentao glanced in the direction of Yang Yu, tilted his head and smiled slightly, and what made him notice Yang Yu was that he had previously the Magi carp that I saw had an abnormally fat body. If you can keep a Magi carp so fat, you must have a mine at home. At least you have a good family background, right? Yang Yu nodded. Qian, it turns out his name is Yang Yu. How come you don't even know his name? Why should I know his name? Your Jigglypuff knows him, and you are willing to hug him. Even I can't hug your Jigglypuff, and you still say you don't know him. I said, I've only met him once before, and I don't even know him. Jigglypuff knows him. I just found out his name today, Yang. Yang Yu, that. Hong Kong raised his eyebrows, becoming even more curious about Yang Yu's identity. This brother is a great guy. He is in the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, but he has reached out to Hangzhou went to university. Amazing. What do you know? Yang Yu rolled his eyes. Jigglypuff is my true love. He can give me singing skills, what can a girl do with them? It's almost bankrupt to raise a salted fish king, and there's Yang Xiao, and the rest, I can't afford to raise them. Thank you for the support of 100 coins of fish farming funds from the scam. Yang Yu, ticket, if you don't give me a ticket, I will sing to you. You are not allowed to not listen. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Xiangxiao. Chapter 82. Currently, 36 people from Hangzhou University and 10 people from University of Electronic Science and Technology of China have passed the first instructor assessment. They are not bad. They can barely form a small company. Instructor Hongxi's face has been cleaned and the first batch has been sorted out. Battle record, everyone, look right, look forward, turn left, follow me. Where are you going? SHH. I want to wash my face first. Gao Mao sighed silently. Obviously you're overthinking it. Why can an instructor? SHHH. Instructor Rainbow Snake turned back and looked in a certain direction in the team without hesitation, with a vague sneer on his lips, and said calmly in front of the team, "I want to wash my face, maybe I can do it happily later." Although the freshmen who had just finished the battle in front did not understand what happened, they couldn't help but laugh when they saw the classmates in the back who had strange paintings on their faces. Gao Mao was even a little happy when he heard what the instructor said. The instructor seemed pretty good. On the contrary, Yang Yu and the others always felt that something was wrong, but they couldn't express it with their mouths and could only hide their doubts in their hearts. The training ground of Lish Camp, the commanding heights. Captain, there are 46 people in total, 36 from Hangzhou University and 10 from University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. The list and their respective elves are here. Please take a look. There are 46 people, not bad, almost the same as last year. Let's take them through the second assessment first. After passing the second assessment, they will understand the real benefits of military merit points. By the way, what have you arranged for this year? Entertainment program. I'm going to ask Fang Data for a telescope. This Fang Data is so obsessed with it, I must grab it this time. Oh no, borrow a higher-end one. The group leader smiled and rubbed his hands. Rub hands together. Commander, don't worry. In terms of entertainment programs, we are definitely the richest in the entire military region. Ha 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 ha. Okay, everyone is here. Now, call out all your elves, Instructor Rainbow Snake grinned. Instructor, where are you? Instructor, there is no water here. How can we summon him? This is a gravel road, Instructor, don't tease me. There was a lot of debate in the company. Don't you want to be summoned? Okay. It's okay if you don't want to be summoned. You can go back to your own company directly. However, this time, the training of the Sharp Snake Camp will no longer be available to you. Rainbow Snake crossed her waist for a while, looking towards the direction of the original military training venue. This military training seems a bit unusual. I have an ominous premonition. Is this a devil's training camp? Is this still the case in military training? How could the little elf be able to hold on? However, several people in the team summoned their own elves without hesitation. Cammy Turtle, Fire Dinosaur, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Ink Seahorse, Mini Dragon, Larylus and, the huge Salted Fish King. The Salted Fish King opened his two slanted eyes with huge black circles still hanging around them. Where is this place and why is it so fishy? Very good, someone has set an example. I will count down the last 10 seconds. If you still haven't summoned the elf, please leave here directly, because you have been eliminated. Bobo. Trumpet Bud. Starfish. One after another, maybe they saw that some people had already set an example, maybe they were forced by the instructor's majesty, and some felt that it would be embarrassing to go back like this. After all, they came here together, why could others stay, and they can only go back in despair? Due to various factors, other people in the team summoned their own elves. Very good, now, the game begins. Instructor Rainbow Snake saw everyone put away the record board, and there was an elf ball in his hand. At the same time, around the field, like the ground that appeared during Whack-A-Mole like rats, a series of water elves appeared inexplicably. Blue Crocodile, Swamp King, and even a gem starfish. Moreover, the number of Blue Crocodile and Swamp King is no less than 3. What game? No way. What is this going to do? Teach, 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 instructor. You, what do you want to do? Don't mess around, come on. Gao Mao danced incoherently, feeling that the image of the instructor in his mind had completely collapsed. Didn't some kid just say that his face was dirty and he wanted to wash it off? Okay, I just have a chance to wash it off. Instructor Rainbow Snake threw the elf ball up and down with a smirk on his face. When the elf ball was thrown into the air, when it fell once, his eyes suddenly changed, his playful smile became sharp and serious, and his tone became longer in an instant. Let the game begin. Gao Mao's eyes were dull. He felt the cannibalistic eyes of many pairs of people around him, and he felt that he had lost dozens of pounds immediately. He seemed to have said something like that just now, but instructor, you. This is training. Yang Yu understood this so-called game in an instant. The routines are all full of routines. Instructor, are you bullying me for not watching the TV series Knives Out, played by Wu Zheng? Those miserable episodes. Why don't you run quickly? Ha 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 ha. Coach Rainbow Snake laughed heartily, and the laughter was extremely hearty, especially when he saw the pink chubby running around in a panic, the corner of his mouth curled up. Young boy. The water guns of Swamp King, Blue Crocodile, and Gem Starfish should have been refreshing in this hot weather. However, these elves increased their power under the instruction of the instructor. In short, it is much easier than the high-pressure water gun training. The water gun will not cause any substantial damage to these freshmen. Of course, if it is sprayed at the elves, the water gun will be slightly larger. This is just to drive away these freshmen, and the elves just ran along the agreed route. Run, run, run. Gao Mao quickly put the little top hat on his head and ran away. This agate jellyfish was not that easy to walk on the gravel road. Fire dinosaur, come to me, I will protect you from the water. Wang Qian almost wanted to hang the instructor up and roast him, but the current situation forced her to give up this idea. Ivysaur, wash it more, it's all trivial. Murong Wentao looked at the water guns around him with disdain, but when the water guns shot at his handsome face, his expression suddenly changed. It's your uncle's. I'm buzzing. Murong Wentao squirted out a mouthful of water. Grass, frog grass, Ivysaur, let's go quickly. Mini Dragon, go with the current. Jiggy Ding, come here, I'll hold you and run. He, this fat guy is not bad. Although he is a bit stupid and he is very good at eating, it is still good to take the elf with him for the first time. Captain, I saw that the little guy with the Ivysaur was a little miserable. He seemed to want the Ivysaur to stay a little longer, but the gem starfish's water gun instantly hit him in the face. This appetizer is not bad, haha. No one else can enjoy such military training treatment. These freshmen are lucky, hee. The regiment leader took the high-end telescope extorted from Fang Datu and said with a grin. Ordinary military training can only train the physical fitness of the elf and the physical fitness of the trainer, but the military training in our snake camp is extraordinary, Captain. While playing and training at the same time, the bond between the trainer and the elf is after training like this, relaxed military training, happy military training, this is our main purpose. Look, Commander, these little guys are jumping around, how happy they are. Ha ha ha. The adjutant of Lashan Battalion laughed. No, why is there still a fish? The team leader picked up the telescope and prepared to continue to look at the situation at the training ground. However, how could a big red carp in the telescope be chased away by the water gun? Is it moving? It shouldn't be. The smile on the face of the adjutant of the Lashan Battalion stopped abruptly, and he quickly picked up the telescope and saw the unusual shadow. We conducted careful data analysis based on military training over the years, and finally the conclusion drawn. The power of this water gun can have a certain effect on driving away water elves, so why can't it deal with a mere carp king? Look again, look again. Instructor Rainbow Snake frowned. There was something wrong with this script. Why did something unexpected happen? So he quickly shouted, Yang Yu, why don't you run away? Instructor, I want to run too, but this salted fish king doesn't want to run. Yang Yu watched the salted fish king being hit by these water guns. Instead of frowning, he felt, very, comfortable. What's going on, Swamp King, Blue Crocodile, Gemstone Starfish, please make your moves more powerful, Instructor Rainbow Snake frowned and ordered. Several more powerful water guns hit the Salted Fish King. Kalulu the Salted Fish King turned over comfortably so that his other side could be hit evenly by the water gun. Yang Yu. Salted Fish King, is this the sound you made? Are you out of your mind? Yang Yu was shocked. This was the first time he heard the Salted Fish King make such a coquettish sound. Did you carry Pinro's wardrobe? What kind of operation is this? The Rainbow Snake instructor took a breath of air and rubbed his eyes to make sure he was not dazzled. This obese Carp King could actually be immune to the attack of the water gun. Are you sure this isn't some water elf? The kind of elf with the ability to store water, the kind that is completely immune to water-based moves? Kalu Kalu. The Salted Fish King blinked comfortably, poked Yang Yu's direction with a beard, and pointed at his voluptuous fat belly. Salted Fish King, are you crazy? How dare you order me to give you a bath? Suddenly, the Salted Fish King felt a palpitation in his heart, a long-lost. Yang Yu directly took up his hands and hugged the huge Salted Fish King. Instructor Rainbow Snake took another breath of cold air. The leader's eyes bulged in the distance. The adjutant of the Snake Battalion next to the regimental commander in the distance felt as if his eyes had fallen into the telescope. Damn it, Salted Fish King, you are so heavy. Yang Yu directly carried the Salted Fish King on his shoulders. Salted Fish King, let me go, I want to take a shower. Finally got a chance to take a shower, Lanchao, shiitake mushrooms. The Salted Fish King reluctantly looked back in the direction of those cute water elves. They were really good people, oh no, such elves. Thanks to Neutron Prisoner for their support of 500 coins and Longgalan Swanchen for their support of fish farming funds. Long overdue, tickets. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Chiang Xiao. Chapter 83. Yang Yu, aren't you tired from running like this? Hong Kong refreshed his knowledge as if meeting Yang Yu for the first time. The Mohaima on his shoulder, which was a little bigger than a palm, was already stunned. The Salted Fish King noticed Mohaima's gaze, his two beards stretched out weakly, his eyes filled with a touch of sadness. He wanted to play for a while longer. Hey! This is a Salted Fish King that is almost the size of a suitcase. Isn't it tiring to carry it on your shoulders like this? Isn't this nonsense? It's tiring, of course it's tiring, but what can Yang Yu do? This Salted Fish King doesn't have long legs, so it can't walk on such a gravel road. Could it be that it bounces on it like a pinball? Like water splashing? Come on, such a big Salted Fish King, if it jumps and jumps, if there is an accident, it will just knock out the instructor's elf like last time, but it will be embarrassing if it hits someone. You can carry the big fat salted fish you raise yourself. But having said that, it was quite refreshing to hold the Salted Fish King. After experiencing the baptism of water guns from those elves, Yang Yu felt like he was carrying the air conditioner that exuded cool air all over his body was the kind in the center. He is a ruthless person. When Murong Wentao saw the coquettish Yang Yu carrying Carp King not far away, he swallowed. This operation was a bit cruel. If it is a smaller elf, such as Bobo, its wings will be very heavy after being hit by the water gun, but it can still stand on the trainer's shoulders without being particularly tired, or it will be like the one running at the front and running the fastest. The fast fat guy. It's at least understandable to put an onyx jellyfish on your head, but you, a magi carp carrying a bomb, can actually keep up with the team. That's awesome. Wait, there is another question. When did the fat man run to the front? Oh, this fat guy is good, I like him. The leader wiped the saliva from the corner of his mouth, and quirked his eyebrows with a smile. This is the first time I have seen a fat guy who can run like this. This is also my first time. The adjutant of Lashan battalion took off his binoculars and quickly put them on again. This fat guy is quite awesome. Not only did he not fall behind, he even ran to the front of the team. This is really strange. Hey, what's the program at the bottom of the program? The leader asked, touching his chin. The next show, seed machine gun. Hey, fat man, how can you cheat? Damn it, Mu Xiaogong and Do Li Mushroom are not ready. Why did you just run over? The adjutant of the Li Snake battalion had a face on his face. He was still smiling hee, but suddenly froze for a second, and his face suddenly turned a little painful. It's over, the second program broke down. What happened? Gao Mao was the first to rush out of the gravel road with the agate jellyfish and came to a grassy field, and continued running almost without stopping. Now I don't feel tired at all. Hidden in the dense grass high on the hillside, the wooden geckos, the doli mushroom and the mouth flower had already prepared everything. They were just waiting for the large group of people to arrive, and then launched a hard sneak attack. However, they felt as if something was running quickly in their direction, and it passed in an instant. Wu Cao is a human. Why did someone come over so quickly? Didn't we agree that there would be a whole group of people? Also, what are you watching doing? Why don't you hurry up and fight? Chug tug 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 tug. It's strange, why do I feel there is a sound behind me? Gao Mao turned his head subconsciously. It didn't matter if he didn't look back. When he turned around, he was almost scared to death, and the Hot Wheels under his feet started to activate. Oh my god, seed machine gun. Gao Mao rushed out of this road with a swish. As long as I run fast enough, your seed machine guns can't hit me. This fight instantly revealed that the instructor had laid an ambush along this stretch of road, causing many people behind to jump in shock. Why is there still an ambush? Damn it, is this just for fun? Why does it feel like we are not training, but risking our lives? Mu Xiaogong, a mushroom with a bamboo hat and a dumb mouth. This kind of machine gun shoots out like a gun. It makes my scalp numb just looking at it. This routine is so annoying. Thanks to the fast runner in front of me, otherwise we would all have fallen into the instructor's trap. Many people have lingering fears and can't help but feel lucky. It should be quite fun after passing a gravel road. This is the time to take a break and relax your vigilance. If these grass-type elves suddenly come over like that, it will be really scary. What's going on? Instructor Rainbow Snake's face became elongated. When he saw Gao Mao, who was running out of touch at the front, he couldn't help but say, "Baby, what's wrong with these little grass-type elves who were pulled out for training? Maybe I thought there would be a fat man running so fast." Because the order they received was, as long as someone passes by, use the seed machine gun and control the power. Gao Mao ran over alone, whether to fight or not. These little elves were not as good at playing as the instructors. Of course, they followed the orders uprightly. Fight, they must fight. After this beating, it was exposed. Fire. Terror. Dragon. There was a sudden outburst from the crowd. Burn this grass for me. Hong Kong felt his heart tremble when he heard this voice, and the Mohaima on his shoulders trembled. Oh my god, the woman who raised the fire dinosaur, she really has a bad temper and can't be offended. She looked back. When Renfang Chen originally wanted to say something, but suddenly he saw a faint nostalgic expression on Wen Renfang Chen's face. Hong Kong felt that it was better not to speak at this time. The fire dinosaur was a little angry at first, but those bastard water elves actually started a group fight, causing the flames on his tail to become smaller. This time, seeing those grass-type elves firing seed machine guns, two gleams of anger ignited in their eyes. Aren't you very capable of vomiting? Flame, whirlpool. Yang Yu was in the middle of the team, silently hugging the salted fish king. He glanced at Gao Mao, who had gone away, and then looked at the flame vortex move. He remembered what the instructor said before, let the game begin. Come back, is there a bug in this game? Holy shit, the adjutant of Lashan camp jumped up. Damn it, you're too big, the team leader was so frightened that he almost dropped his telescope. Now he can directly see the blazing flames at the training ground without using the telescope, and there are even a few grasshoppers escaping in haste. Department Elf. This program is not like this, it worked very well in the past few years, why did it collapse this year? The adjutant of Lashan camp looked at the burning training ground and felt dizzy. No, I have to went over there to maintain order. Okay, the regiment leader watched the adjutant of the Lee Snake Battalion get on the Muking, and then continued to use the binoculars to watch the situation over there. Hey, young people have bad tempers, but why are there so many this year? What about the accident? Thanks to Yajan for supporting fish farming with 500 coins. Rainbow Snake Instructor, the game has crashed. Please come and count your votes to comfort me.